All right, Leo. So down here we have the foundation, the supportive messages or energies that are helping you in September, and the second tier is your personal growth or strengths or working out messages on what to, focus your intentions, your energy, your physical actions on. And then up here is the message from the white light or source, the God, whatever you want to believe. But as above. Be fearless. Do you really want to look back on your life and see how wonderful it could have been had you not been afraid to live it? Has fear been holding you back from pursuing your dreams and following your heart? Do you hold a fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of change, fear of making a mistake, fear of what society may think, and fear of life and death? Fear of failing can be immobilizing, and many wonderful opportunities are missed because of it. It serves only as a wall stopping you from living a joyous life. When you hide behind that wall of fear, you not only slow down the process of transformation and growth, but you also attract what you most fear. For example, if you have a fear of not being worthy, you will find yourself in situations and circumstances that validate those fears. Building those walls of fear does not protect you from the unknown. It keeps you imprisoned within a cycle of challenges. Those challenges may come in different disguises, but ultimately they hold the same energy. To transcend this repetitious wheel is to shine light on and face those inner fears. This is not a battle, but an act of pure love and compassion. Go within yourself and find out from where these fears stem. Fears are usually born from soothing or from something you've seen, heard, or experienced personally. Send this shade within you love. Send this shade within you love. Your life fearlessly. Wait, sorry. Send this shade within you love, understanding, and compassion. You are stronger than you realize. Take that next step and live your life fearlessly. A good prayer to say is, Great Spirit, give me the strength to embrace the fears within me with love, compassion, and light. The associated chakras with this card are base and sacral. Energy signature. The past is in the present. Expose what has been hidden. Understanding that everything is energy, the air we breathe, the elements, emotions, sound, animals, people, our thoughts, all of this is energy. Quantum physics seeks to explain these phenomena. Denser or heavier energy can be felt by a human being's normal senses. Most people will already understand what it feels like to walk in a room where an argument has just taken place, filled with an unseen tension. People react to these sensations, perhaps with an immediate awkwardness or a feeling that they need to vacate the building. As people progress through life, familiar experiences such as pattern behaviors become more clear and evident as you pay attention to the energy of the environment, people, social gatherings, events, and places around you. It is up to you, though, to be proactive with this sense of inner vision. Often you may find yourself saying, I have felt this before, or I recognize this, but I'm not sure why. Currently, you're being asked to read the energy of this issue and the people surrounding these circumstances. You must shine a spotlight and use all the senses to remove these masks and expose the energy that is being hidden from you. Not only will you identify insincere and dishonest people, you will begin to understand patterns that you have created in your life that aren't serving you to the fullest. Right now, you must use your sensory and intuitive intelligence for answers. You have experienced this type of energy before, but you must ask, what is it? When recognized, you can adapt and modify your behavior and actions accordingly to avoid unnecessary arguments, tension, and toxic situations in your social, work, or family environments. When practiced, reading the energy signatures of your environment becomes a built-in intuitive warning system. Prior to an issue occurring, You have the possibility of avoiding explosive changes, accidents, conflict, or confrontation as it becomes in line with your fight or flight response, creating self-awareness and energetic resilience. Shadow aspect of this card is fear-mongering, secrecy, escapist. Sacred crystal for this card is blue lace agate. Angel assistance, Archangel Gabriel. Clear communication, music, and creative writing. An affirmation to say for yourself is, I remove the illusion that hides the truth. The answer is before me. Rejection. Use rejection to grow, expand, and build yourself. Feeling rejected can disconnect you from your heart and soul and immobilize you. Rather than buying into rejection, focus on how you can grow. Learn and improve from your experiences. If you are a writer and you sent your articles or a book to a publisher and they have rejected it, then try to hone your writing skills and then send your work out to several other publishers. Use that rejection as a motivation force to succeed. If a person that you have feelings for or felt a deep love towards has rejected you, then work on healing your heart and recognizing that there is someone out there who is more suited to you. Many people use rejection as an excuse to close down, become suspicious, guarded, and give up. Then they hurt and reject others. They hide behind rejection and never give themselves an opportunity to take a leap of faith and find their life calling and heal. By picking this card, you are being urged to hold yourself in a higher regard. Keep your heart open and trust that you have learned from your experiences and will not make the same mistakes again. An action you can take is take a pen and paper. On one side of the paper, write down what you are afraid of, especially in terms of being rejected. On the other side, record how you can use rejection to succeed. Then take action with confidence that rejection can be your friend. All right, Leo, so that was the foundation of your month of September. So you have Be Fearless, you're Leo, that should come easy. To help you with recognizing to be fearless and when or when not to be, energy signature, right? So I read what energy signature was all about. The past is the present. And then rejection. Leos have a hard time with rejection. They hate it. They can't stand it. It bothers them. But they're not going to let anyone know about it, right? But that's where energy signature comes in. And recognizing the energy that rejection potentially can come or will come. And then being fearless in the appropriate manner. So this is the foundation of you in September, and it's like the tingle feeling in your spinal cord for the situations that might arise that are important to you at this time in September. Have to do with being fearless, energy signature, and rejection. Enter the chamber of healing. Healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. The spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open without expectation or preconceived notions and allow the healing from the Lady Isis, Mistress of Magic, to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should be. Take your time and create space into which her magic and energy can flow now. Expect your miracle. This oracle comes to you as a message. Prepare for great changes because they are on their way now. When the Divine Lady Isis offers you a healing gift of magic, it is something to accept as a gift of unconditional love with open arms. It will be offered without agenda, with the only intent being for your highest good and spiritual growth. It will not necessarily look or feel like you expected, but you will realize in the unfoldment of the process or circumstance that it was a spiritual healing gift from the divine, even though you may not have immediately recognized it as such at the time. You will be able to recognize the healing by the experience of it and its effects, even before the complete resolution of the issue at hand. The experience will be that the issue is somehow lifted from you, and the effect will be that the issue seems genuinely out of your control and yet not out of your control. This is the way that the gift of healing can come to you. Time and sacred place to contemplate and reflect is extremely helpful to receive divine intervention as consciously, swiftly, and fully as possible. Sacred space can be a physical place that allows you to put your day-to-day activities and thoughts to one side and instead indulge in just being as you are in that moment. It might be a place in nature, your meditation place or healing room, or a sanctuary that you have where you can be alone for a time, or even a meditation group or a healing circle. Sacred space allows you to simply be, to not have to think, sort things out, or analyze, but to open, rest, allow inspiration or guidance to come as and when it chooses to allow you or for the mysteries of your healing to occur. It is important when entering sacred space that we do not set an agenda or have specific expectations. We do not have to think anything more than I dedicate this space to the divine within. When not attempting to find solutions, but actually activating, letting go mentally and emotionally, and allowing ourselves to go into a peaceful state, relaxed but not numb, we can often have guidance, inspiration, clarity, and knowing drop into our awareness. We don't need to actively seek these things. They can just happen when we create open space. Healing happens most powerfully when there is space, openness, and allowing. We let go for healing to flow. Time and sacred space will help you receive the inner adjustments that you need for the healing magic of the Lady Isis to be able to reach you with full boldness and genius. Trust your innocence, truth, trusting yourself, being real with people, knowing the difference between intuition and paranoia, uncensored feelings, returning to innocence. It can be hard to decipher between intuition and what our mind is telling us. Stories, projections, expectations, or fear can arise under the guise of intuition. To disguise truthful inner guidance from paranoia, we must return to innocence, to our present, or to our purest essence. Here we have access to the truth of our being. What were the very first feelings or visions you had when you considered the question at hand, before you second-guessed yourself? How does it feel in your body when you are brutally honest with yourself? Try to go beyond the layers of what you have been taught to believe about yourself. When some of the logic falls away, what answers remain? When you ask a young child a question, they don't censor their answers. Their honesty may not be considered polite or socialized. It may even seem a bit funny, but it's their truth, and it's interesting to note how intuitive children naturally are. To tell the difference between intuition and mind chatter, you need to recognize a clear instinctive yes and a distinctive no. For this, you must trust yourself. The foundation of self-trust is honesty. You must be completely honest with yourself about what feels good, true, and real to you, and what does not. Honesty is more than not lying to yourself. It is also about not withholding information. It's about having deep transparency within yourself. Some might describe their intuitive yes as a softening rather than a filling or tightening, contracting, or avoidance. If we are to stay on our optimal path, trusting our original innocence or instincts is key. Alright, so that was the second tier. This is what you need to work on, focus on, put your energy into, strength, workout, whatever. Is enter your chamber of healing, the message was stating. Go into your sacred place, whatever that may be, and trust your innocence. These two cards reference back to the energy signature and the sources of rejection and to be fearless. The puzzle is here put together for you to see. Sacrament of extreme unction. Your heart knows how to let go so you can find peace. It's time for you to experience spiritual closure. A beautiful new reality is opening up for you. Entering it requires you to release your attachment to the past. You have been inwardly preparing for a powerful rebirth. Now is the time to trust in what is meant for you and move toward it with an open, trusting heart and peaceful mind. In an ideal world, we would finish our inner work, be completely healed, check it off the list, and move on without any issues from the past intruding into our present life. In a more realistic view, we do our best to muddle through, gaining enough understanding and healing to attain some degree of closure and move on as best as we can, flicking off remnants of the past which can arise even whilst we are doing our best to let go. In an even more challenging turn of our growth spiral, we may know something has run its course and no longer belongs in our world, and yet have trouble exercising the past and its pains, confusion, or attachments, so it bleeds through into the present, even though we know it doesn't belong there. To avoid the taint of the past causing unnecessary issues in the present, the oracle of the sacrament of extreme unction brings powerful spiritual last rites so you can be cleansed and liberated into the fullness of your next phase. In the Catholic tradition, extreme unction is performed at the time of physical passing to cleanse the soul and allow it to gracefully leave the body and enter the afterlife. In the context of this oracle, the symbolic equivalent of the sacrament is the powerful intervention of spirit to free you from the grip of what has been. It is a liberation from habit and the compelling lure of the familiar. It is divine forgiveness and healing. Extreme unction translates into last anointing, while spiritual grace will be with you always, and blessing is always available to the receptive heart. This oracle wishes to bring to your attention the endings of a particular stubborn pattern. As it does, you will feel greater freedom and a new lease on life. And if you are being born again within this lifetime, it augurs significant and permanent healing release. As the expression goes, every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. This oracle encourages you to embrace your future and let go of the emotional and psychological burdens you have been carrying for yourself and likely for many others, ancestors, and more, for far too long. Sometimes we martyr ourselves to the pain of the past or even attempt to carry the suffering of others, holding it within our hearts as if we can alleviate the burden of another to create healing. All that happens in such instances is that suffering increases. Let yourself off the hook in guilt, shame, or blame. Give yourself permission to acknowledge that all people, including you, have done their best. The universe is offering you a powerful spiritual gift. Your heart knows how to receive it. Let go. There's no turning back. It is time to start anew. It is your time to be happy and free. So that was the top tier of the pyramid reading for you and the oracle reading for September, Leo. So we had the sacrament of extreme unction, which is like a rebirth or being reborn and letting go and healing, doing the healing and trusting your innocence with the energy signatures from rejection, but being fearless. Hey Leo, this is your oracle read for October 2021. Leo, October 2021. Scrying, intuition. Divination of the Ancients message for Leo, October 2021. Psychometry. Sensitivity. Divine Circus message for Leo, October 2021. Silver Siren of Siren. Sacred Rebels message for Leo, October of 2021. Focus on the light. Shamanic Medicine message for Leo, October of 2021. Trickster Challenge. Mystical Shaman message for Leo, October of 2021. Wild Woman.